Where's the money coming from? While party head Farage is promoting Bitcoin in Vegas, Keir Starmer questions the £85 billion in expenditure reforms that Reform is proposing. As the Reform leader came under intense fire for his party's economic proposals, Keir Starmer advised voters today that they should not put their future, mortgages, or jobs in Nigel Farage's hands. Hello viewers, welcome to UK Pancakes. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell so you don't miss any insights about UK elites. Following the publication of his proposals for an £85 billion spending binge if Reform wins office, the Prime Minister today joined the Conservatives in targeting Mr. Farage's economic understanding. By siding with scrapping the two-child benefit limit and completely restoring winter fuel payments, Mr. Farage has attempted to win over working-class Labour voters by leaning left. However, he also supports a number of tax reductions, which prompted analysts at the Institute for Fiscal Studies to claim that the figures might be missing £85 billion. Former Tory Prime Minister Liz Truss's ill-fated mini-budget for 2022, which included £45 billion in unfunded tax reductions, would be overshadowed by that. Furthermore, this morning, Sir Keir cast doubt on his capacity, noting that the Clecton MP, Mr. Farage, is now in Las Vegas to address a Bitcoin-promoting conference. Can you trust him? Sir Keir asked during his speech in Warrington. Is he someone you can confide in with your future? Do you have faith in him to handle your tasks? Can you rely on him to pay your bills, manage your pension, and handle your mortgages? And on Tuesday, he provided the answer. Absolutely not. He said, apparently, Mr. Farage is in a casino in Las Vegas today, and it's not unexpected, because he claimed that the Liz Truss budget was the finest since 1986 in his opinion. That demonstrates his good sense. And the cost of the package unveiled by Mr. Farage caused skepticism even among Reform supporters. The sums don't add up, said Tim Montgomery, the founder of the political website Con Home and a commentator. However, Mr. Farage later charged the Prime Minister with using dirty tricks borrowed from the 2016 referendum campaign to attack me, adding, "This is Project Fear 2.0. If his party wins the next election, Reform has pledged a transferable marriage tax allowance, which aims to encourage marriage and motivate people to have more children by reducing the cost of living, as well as an increase in the tax-free income limit to £20,000. According to the Mail, it would exempt one spouse from paying any taxes on the first £25,000 of their income. The Prime Minister compared Mr. Farage to Ms. Truss while speaking at an event at a company in northwest England, claiming that Mr. Farage would not have defended employment in sectors that are subject to tariffs from the United States. We protected those jobs. Would Nigel Farage have done the same? Sir Keir asked. Absolutely not. By abandoning the net zero plan, which Mr. Farage claimed costs £45 billion annually, the promises may be fulfilled, he said. He also maintained that the commitments were credible. By deporting asylum seekers rather than housing them, he claimed that an additional £4 billion might be saved annually, and by ending the public sector's diversity, equity, and inclusion initiative, another £7 billion could be saved. In addition, he said that reducing Quango red tape by 5% might result in an additional £65 billion in savings over 5 years, for an average annual savings of £69 billion. However, according to experts, raising the income tax threshold at the most basic rate to £20,000 could cost up to £80 billion. The current income tax rate is 20% on all income between £12,570 and £50,270. Bringing back the winter fuel allowance would cost £1.5 billion, while raising the limit on the two-child benefit would cost an additional £3.5 billion. Since Reform won 4 million votes and 5 seats in July of last year, this was the most policy-heavy speech ever. When questioned if he had a magic money tree, Mr. Farage acknowledged that his figures were slightly optimistic but went on to say, "We can't afford net zero, it's destroying the country. We can't afford DEI, it's actually preventing many talented people from succeeding, and we certainly can't afford young undocumented males crossing the English Channel and living in 5-star hotels." You can debate whether the numbers add up. One could certainly claim that no one has ever believed the math added up at any moment in the history of any type of government. The Conservatives last night called the package fantasy economics and Corbynism in a different color because of the billions in unfunded commitments. However, he declined to promise that the pension's triple lock would remain in place, leaving open the possibility that, if he wins power, as surveys indicate he may, reform might launch a raid on retirees to help pay for the promises. The triple lock is not something we've addressed as yet, he admitted. Regardless of whether the annual rate of inflation, average wage increase, or 2.5% is higher, the measure ensures that state pensions increase annually by the highest of those. If it were abolished and pensions were only indexed to prices or earnings, it is estimated that £10 billion might be saved. Additionally, Mr. Farage supported the proposal to eliminate the limit on the two-child benefit. However, Tory leader Kemi Badenoch argued that maintaining the limit was justified since it would be unjust for taxpayers to support individuals with big families they cannot afford. Yesterday, Mr. Farage said, "This is part of a larger package and policy that we are putting together to try and make the family a more important element in British life." According to Sir Mel Stride, Mr. Farage has abandoned hard-working families who live within their means. The Conservative Shadow Chancellor said, Farage has stated billions in unfunded commitments with fantasy ways to pay for them. It's Corbynism, but in a different hue. According to Stuart Adam of the Institute for Fiscal Studies, increasing the minimum income tax rate limit might cost as much as £80 billion. The reform package was dubbed Trussonomics on steroids by Lib Dem leader Sir Ed Davey. Thanks for watching till the end. Drop your thoughts in the comments section. We hope to see you in our next UK Pancakes.